First rehearsals are over, and now second rehearsals have started here inside the Altice Arena. It is Thursday. Thursday is going to be fun day. We are kicking it off with Azerbaijan, Iceland, and Albania. Honey, fick me, yes. Shall we talk about it? Let's do this! The EBU has changed the rules, so we can no longer film second rehearsals. Yes, you're going to have to go to the official Eurovision channel to get a sneak peek of those performances. So instead, we will use our time to review the action, and we're doing this in groups of 3. Let's start with Azerbaijan. I thought this was much better. The camera angles are smoother, faster, they give it more pace. She opens with fog at the beginning. It's very mysterious, a gorgeous creature emerging from a foggy swamp. She climbs that mountain. Her choreography was more vigorous. Her use of augmented reality was more impressive. She sounded great as per usual. It was just stronger and tighter. Final point for me. Previously, she had an open front outfit. You could see straight up towards her private area. Today, they have sewn the cape shut partially, so now you have a deep thigh split instead of an open front. It is classy, it is tasteful, just like our girl Aisel.
Yeah, overall it was a much slicker performance, and whereas in the first rehearsal, aspects of it kind of dragged a little bit, this flew by, and in the best way possible, that you didn't realise that that time was going by so quickly, and then next thing it was over, but yet it was captivating for the whole time, and everything seemed a bit sharper and stronger. Even the use of smoke and the lights and the way the effect looked much better with the mountains kind of above the clouds. And but aside from that, it was much the same. It was just everything was kind of fixed, and the camera angles, etc. Yeah, she hasn't changed anything drastically. She's just improved what needed to be tweaked, and I think she's pretty much there.
Always checking the microphone. I think that, yeah, it was a lot pacier. There was a lot more. It just felt like every minute was used correctly. There was never anything that dragged, and that was maybe one of the issues that it had. I still think that the augmented reality thing there needs to be a bigger explosion, kind of, when all these stars, when she pushes them away out of the globe. They just kind of go missing rather than go somewhere. Like, at least with Eleni Ferreira, she went, she has the graphic fire and then it actually turns into something more. This was just, it kind of just started to lack there, and they haven't fixed that, but otherwise, very good. And I still think that Azerbaijan have done nothing to harm their chances of qualifying. And I think that it probably is it's going to be like 8th or 9th qualifier, but I think it is qualifying.
Well, I think the graphics do kind of do something, because it's not a case of them disappearing, because they kind of go like this. And
yeah, but I can't see that. I can't, they do go away, but it's not impactful enough
you
for
can
me.
see it, because it goes like this, and then they have the lights sprinkling.
Yes, I say clean those glasses. She was queen of the Matrix. Like Dami Eames, in retrospect, it looks slightly cheap compared to this, and that's just the technology advancing. I'm not calling Dami Eames cheap. Please do not freak out. It's a matter of technology advancing. I thought it looked quite cool, very Matrix. All right, they're moving in the right direction, but what about Albania? Eugent Bushpepa took to the stage. This did not need much work previously. I thought it was really smooth and great. He makes a simple stage pop. There's a lovely effect where all the lights go out at one point, and it's black, and the camera zooms out, and he's not screaming, but he's hitting a high note. And it really captures the essence of the song. Another wonderful moment is leading into the first pre-chorus. There's this drum, 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 and he's clap, 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 clap. He's clapping, and you want to clap along, tap along. This is excellent. I'm really confident this is going to go through. I know there are a lot of heavyweights in the semifinal, but I just feel this is so quality. It has to go through.
Yeah, and he's such a charismatic performer. Even the way he looks down the camera, and there's points where he's like this, pointing to you at home, and the clapping moment. And he doesn't look lost on stage at all. He gets his camera marks every single time. There wasn't much that needed to be improved on, and whatever little camera tweaks needed to be done were fixed.
Oh, I'm not as confident about this one all of a sudden. I don't know whether it's just because I think actually almost luckily for Eugent, he's in semi-final one, because I think that the Humans and AWS both have that kind of rock vibe to their songs. Fair enough, one is metal and one's a bit more classic, but I think they've got better staging than Eugent, because he's kept it very simple, and that's fine and that can work, but I think that their staging concepts actually are a little bit more advanced. And that means that we have to rely on Eugent a bit more here. Fair play to him, he really delivers every time, but I don't know, watching it today, it just didn't grab me as much as that very first time we saw it. So, I don't know, I'm kind of borderline again on this one. I mean, there's so many in the borderline for me, it's kind of hard to say, but yeah, it dipped a little bit for me today, even though actually everything was still as it was and he was still really good. I just feel like, yeah, it needed to up its game somehow, and I don't think it did.
Dip it low, take it down slow, roll it all around, make it pop like your back broke. I love Christina Milian. In any case, we move on to the final act in this lot, and that was Ari Ólafsson with Our Choice. The lighting scheme is much stronger. I don't know if it's because the TV in the press room is now clearer, but there's like red hues at the end, and those red hues work very, very well with the red outfits that they're wearing. It made it feel just a bit more classier. It moved away from the cruise ship and towards something much more, I want to say matrimonial, like a very high-end wedding. Like, I'm talking oligarch funding kind of wedding. This looked much, much better. I still think this faces an uphill battle, but his voice sounds great. The backing vocalists all put on their outfits, and so it just seemed more cohesive, and it makes sense visually now. You know, this is sweet. And he's a lovely person who's having a great time in Eurovision. Like, he's making the most of Lisbon. We saw him at parties. He was at the kicker-off party. Him and my sister, I was like, girl, let him go. He needs to go sleep. She would not stop talking to him. No, but I wish them the best, yeah.
Yeah, well, when you say uphill battle, that hill is Mount Everest. Like
Mount Samoylova.
he's not going to reach the summit of qualification because it's too... The song itself isn't strong enough. The performance isn't. The performance just isn't gripping. And even like I said a moment ago, how Eugent had the charisma, and when he looked down the camera, you felt like he was looking at you.
Yes.
Whereas the camera shots of Ari, it's weird. Like when he's being interviewed in person, he is very personable and he has a lot of charisma, but that doesn't translate on the camera. I don't know whether he's still a bit nervous or whatever, but he doesn't seem to be connecting through the television screen in the same way as Eugent.
Yeah, I mean, I think at this point, I think everybody kind of has just written off Iceland's chances here in the press room and just generally, I think. And it's a shame because we've always said Ari's very nice, but I do agree, like, it kind of comes across a bit too, like, stoic. There's something not connecting there. I do like the bit at the end when they said that it's his band, it's his backing singers sort of come up to join him. And, you know, there is that kind of like, we're all in this togetherness of this song. That touch is nice, but again, compared with everybody else's staging that we've seen, and there's some very good concepts, this is very basic and kind of Eurovision by numbers. And at this point, there's nothing that can save this, unfortunately. Y'all
remember Shoni's Friends? And 2011, it had a similarly warm kind of, like it's a warm blanket.
And of course, Thorin, who is the songwriter, that was her husband, so.
Yeah, she's a backing vocalist in the red dress. You'll see her put her head on Ari's shoulder at the end, I believe.
She's the one that kind of grabs a lot of the attention.
Well, in any case, she is also here. There's that same warmth, here's what I'm trying to get at. Like the real warmth and like a very maternal instinct coming out. I don't know, it's just very sweet. All right, well, that is what we think. What do you think? Who improved for you? Who fell? Who's in? Who's out? Who says yay? Who says slay? Who says nay? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
Make sure to leave a like.
Subscribe and hit the notifications bell.
And we're going to see you later. And by that I mean a few minutes because we are here all day. See you later.
Bye.